So today we are going to discuss about mole surgeries. What is a mole, or what we commonly call it as an acquired melanocytic nevi? Basically, our skin has these pigment producing cells and they are called as melanocytes. When there is a benign proliferation of these melanocytes, we see that they appear as nevi on our body. Any person of any age at any given point of time can develop a nevi, but yes, it is most commonly seen to appear in their childhood or in their young adulthood, and predominantly over the sun exposed areas like face, neck and our hands, but it can also be seen on our trunk and on our legs. Depending upon where exactly in our skin is this benign proliferation of melanocytes, we can further divide these nevi in as three different types. So we have the junctional nevi, compound nevi and the intradermal nevi. So the next question that arises is, why should one get this mole removed? First and the most commonest reason is cosmetic. If somebody thinks that the mole is not giving them a better cosmetic appearance or better aesthetic appearance, then they can go in for a mole removal. Or if it is causing any mechanical irritation, that is, it is getting caught with the clothes or it is getting caught with your jewelry, then yes, you can go in for mole removal. And the third and one of the most important causes is if you are suspecting a malignant change of this benign proliferation. How does one know that, or how can one suspect that the mole which they have can be malignant, or if it is turning up to be malignant? There are certain points. The first one is if you notice that there is sudden change in the size or in the shape of the nevi, then you have to suspect it. The second point is if there is any surface irregularities, like initially the mole was smooth but now it is becoming rough, flaky, it is getting wounded, ulcerated, or if it is bleeding. And the third point is appearance of satellite lesions. What are these satellite lesions? They are nothing but appearance of new multiple tiny nevi surrounding the original nevi. So if you notice any of these three changes, then yes, it is better you go to your dermatologist, get it evaluated and rule out the risk of malignant transformation into a melanoma. So now let's talk about the various options we have for mole surgery or removal of a mole. The first is the most simplest and the easiest and one of the most safest methods, that is the radiofrequency cautery. In this, basically first we apply a numbing cream on the area where you want to get the mole removed, then that is left around for around 30 to 40 minutes, and then with the use of a radiofrequency probe, your mole is removed in just 5 to 10 minutes. And the next thing is surgical excision. In surgical excision, we again have two different approaches. One is we can do a punch excision, wherein we get these disposable punches which are of different sizes, and we select an appropriate size and use it to remove the mole, and the defect that is created is closed using appropriate suture materials. And the second one is elliptical excision, wherein we go with directly using a scalpel, cut out the mole and then suture up the defect, and these sutures are removed after 7 days. Third and the most advanced treatment options we have for a mole removal are the use of lasers. When it comes to lasers for a mole, we can divide the approach into two different things. One is use of a pigmentary laser and the other is use of an ablative laser. So when we go to use a pigmentary laser, the basic idea is that these lasers, they target the melanin pigment which is present in your melanocytes. When they target it, they destroy it and hence the mole disappears. We have three different options of using either a Q-switch Nd:YAG, Ruby or an alexandrite laser. When it comes to an ablative laser, we have either a carbon dioxide or an Erbium-YAG laser, wherein what happens is when the laser beam goes into your skin, it basically ablates the entire tissue. That is, it removes the entire tissue of your mole. So there leaves behind a small defect. So at the end of any discussion, what the patients ask us is, will there be any residual scar after removal of a mole? The answer is, well, yes, there will be a scar. So why would one get a procedure done if there is a scar leaving behind, isn't it? What you should understand is, the scar which is left behind after a mole surgery is very, very minimal, and it is almost not visible to a naked eye. The scar is that small. As compared to your mole, the scar will be nearly invisible. Now, to discuss the last segment of our topic today, home remedies for mole removal. It is a request from my side to you, kindly do not try them. We have seen people come up with multiple options as a home remedy, such as apply garlic paste, apply baking soda, use toothpaste, or we have even seen worse cases where they have burnt it with agarbattis. Please kindly do not try any of these at home. What you should know is, a mole can only be removed with certain surgical procedures or use of a cautery or lasers. There is no cream or lotion or anything that you can apply which will decrease the mole. What happens when you go for these home remedies is, you end up with infections or you end up scarring your area, which becomes even more evident than what the mole was. The conditions only worsen but does not improve. So please kindly do not try the home remedies. For more such information about skin, hair and nail related issues, subscribe to this channel, like this video if you found it helpful, share it with people whom you think it would be useful to, and leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you.